Okay, hello all. Sally the Seeker here. The judges just finished up and excused the jury for the day, and we have I think, an interesting, probably most of you have seen it, an interesting little, just a little bit to share with you all.
Thank you. Be seated. I know, Mr. Brooks, I think you wanted to make a more full record just regarding the timing of that last witness. I'm not going to put all of the details on the record. We made a record in closed session just due to a privacy issue related to that witness, and I required you essentially to call that witness out of the preferred order that you had given her availability. I believe you wanted to put on the record the information you initially had from Attorney Opper was general about her unavailability on Friday, which was the day, as I understand, that you preferred to call her, and more information was provided today. I don't want to get into the specifics, but would that be a fair characterization of kind of the discussion we had outside the presence of the public?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you want to add to that?
Nah, just it pretty much sums it up.
Okay, good. So
I felt that it would be, thinking about it as everything was happening so fast, I was just like, yeah, it probably would be best to, take the procedure that she's having into account, because it could be.
I don't want to go into that while we're still in the public.
You know what? This has nothing to do with anything except I'm just kind of like a little bit agitated today. So everything about him, well, agitates all of us. It's like he could have just said yes, but no, we had to use up the time to blah, 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 blah. And he looks so arrogant without his mask on. I can't, He just, yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Public record,
Right.
all right, due to her privacy rights, but I appreciate your understanding with that and calling her. I did require you to call her out of order, but I appreciate your understanding and of that. I don't think there's anything else I need to cover at this time.
So you think,
unless there's something from either one of the parties. From the state first?
No, but we would like some further direction from the defendant as to who he wants here tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, if he wants us just to continue that list that he originally provided, or if there's an update. And we can do that off the record, Your Honor. I don't know that we need you involved, but
you will. Trust me, you will.
Okay, thank you. Then hopefully the parties can figure that out without me needing to be involved further, but anything from you, sir?
No, I'm just gonna say with that, I'm not gonna put them in specific order.
Not looking for the order, but we're behind given the timetable and the understanding between, as I understand it, between you and the state.
State has the list.
So generally speaking, you've been taking about a half an
So
hour,
ungrateful.
I would say, for each witness. At least that one took about 35 minutes. If we
What's he doing with his mouth?
go on that schedule, do you think?
Oh, I didn't get it in the right place. So he has his mouth all puckered up. What is he doing? All his facial expressions are just annoying as hell. Okay.
Understanding we take a mid-morning break, a lunch break, and a mid-afternoon break, I would think we could get through at least 3 to 4 tomorrow morning and 3 to 4 in the afternoon. I'm going to have the parties be available for that and be ready for that. Whatever order, but
All the parties?
yes, both you and the state.
So at this point, there's no telling what witnesses will be here tomorrow, right?
Well, based on the groupings that you gave to the state, it sounds like we got through only one from each
right.
kind of
One.
category. So we'll go back to the first would have been Thursday morning. You need to call the rest of Thursday morning. Was there 2 left
Right.
of that?
Yes. Correct.
So
And so let's do Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. The people you designated, I'm going to direct the state to have here tomorrow morning. That's 4 witnesses, whatever order of those 4.
5. It's 5, but yes.
It's 5.
We'll have them here, based on your original list.
And then, how many does that leave? Because I'm not
that's what I'm trying to
doing
figure out.
good with math.
Don't
before
try to act
minute.
like you're smart.
4, so 4 in the afternoon then. So our hope is to get through all your
jeez,
witnesses
man.
I can say this for the
tomorrow.
record. One witness I intend to call tomorrow is not going to be 35 minutes.
Fair enough. Do
Gee,
you plan
wonder who that
to
could
call that
be.
person in the morning or the afternoon?
I'm leaning towards the afternoon. That could change depending on the flow of the morning, I would guess. If the morning goes pretty.
Can you tell me which list they were on when you gave it to the state? Was it Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, or Friday afternoon?
I didn't put them on days,
What the
but
hell
I
are you
believe
looking
they
up at?
were in the maybe the second flow of names.
You
If
just want
that
to tell me
helps.
who it is so we can prepare, so that person is told to come in the afternoon rather than wait through.
Okay, seriously. Oh my God, it's so annoying. That is why the hell he should keep his mask on. I mean, seriously, just look at that. Look at that. I wonder if Bubba would actually prefer for him to keep his mask on as well. I hope if he is, Bubba is telling him that it is wrong side out and he needs to put it right side out. Okay, here we go.
Through the morning.
I don't want to say who it is.
Please.
Well, I want the person to be here when we're ready to go, but
They were here today, if that helps.
Yeah, I know who it is. It's Erica Patterson, Your Honor. There's no
Maybe.
mystery here.
Maybe
all right,
it is,
that's
maybe
what
it
I
isn't.
would have.
Don't,
Kind
you
of
know
who I
what? Don't
thought
be an
it
ass.
would be as well.
So,
I'm gonna have her come tomorrow afternoon. Then I'm
okay,
not
we
gonna
will
have her
have
come
you
in the
here at
morning.
1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
So we
Thank
need to be
you.
mindful of people's schedules.
Thank you. We'll have everyone else here at
That's
8:30.
interesting because what if that was not who I was referring to?
Then you need to tell me right now so I can.
Ooh, look at that. Just look at that. Not even a bit of, like, he clearly has no conscience thinking about the people he ran over, the little boy, the older people, just the teenagers that were dancing and marching, and the band, the dancing grannies. It just is so, and all he can think about is his list, and he's going to be difficult. This is why I know he's stupid, unless he, well, yeah, he is stupid. But the delaying and all that, you know, he wants everybody to be mind readers. So the state has to help him with his subpoenas, correct? Yes. And then he wrote down a list of names, and they're, you know, they have to call the people or whatever, and they're going by the list that he gave them, which they did not have to do. And now he's going to play around and say, you know, he ought to just nip it in the bud and say when he, if it, of course we all know it's Erica by that goofy ass face he had put on. Oh my God. We just pray to God that their child looks like her. That's all I can say. Ugh. But anyhow, and so he's saying, well, it may not be her. That's interesting. How do you know? And he's saying, oh my God, see, I'm getting all stumbly over my words because I'm just so enraged with him still. But, you know, just look at that face. He's ridiculous. Please read that Bible, please. I hope you still have it. And so he's going to play around to waste more time, and he's just going to be difficult, and he's not going to get her when he wants her to because he doesn't think he has to divulge what order. But if he wants the state to have him, his little scrawny ass better be telling them who he wants and when, But see, he doesn't get it. His little tiny skull, well, I don't know. Is his head kind of big? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Does it even grasp that? Probably not. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Can make an alteration to that.
Come on, Judge.
Sir,
oh, look at that great. Oh, come on,
we're
Judge.
at the end of the 3rd week of trial.
So
I
can we
need
at
to
least
keep
be
this
fair?
moving
Can we at
along.
least be fair and say that's not due to me though?
That would not be fair to say.
How?
Wait. Not. Things have not gone slowly. The time has not been held up because of him, and he's thinking, does he really believe that? God, he is an idiot. He's incredible. Oh my God. Oof. Okay.
It's
How? The state said that they needed 5 to 7 business days to present their case. Did they or did they not say that on the record?
Oh, quit talking about the
And
damn record.
So how
it
did
doesn't matter how we got there at this point. I'm trying
Then they
my
need to chop,
darndest
chop.
to get
Oh,
all
you know what? Chop, chop. Sorry, I'm leaving her face looking. Okay, let me try it.
the witnesses.
Okay, that looks better. I don't mind freezing his face, but you know, she's pretty. I don't want to mess her face up. But anyhow, why the hell is he saying chop chop when he, you know, let's think of all the time he wastes. Well, with his rants and then him having to go to the other courtroom, with him always doing subject matter jurisdiction and you know talking and presenting arguments. I mean, real arguments, not like court arguments, but like, what am I trying to say? Like, you know, arguing with the judge as the jury comes in, and the jury has to go in and out, in and out. All of those shenanigans is the time waster. And that's really funny if he truly believes he isn't the one holding him up. Is he that stupid? You all tell me yes or no. Is he that stupid? That's what I want to know.
Just done. So, I'm directing the state to have Miss Patterson come tomorrow afternoon.
If that's
And the
what
other
I was referring to, which
witnesses?
I wasn't, but everybody think they know what I'm thinking.
Then you need to tell them if
You're
it's
such
someone
an
else,
ass.
and if you want her here in the morning.
I'll
then
say
that-
this. Everybody that was here today that didn't get called, have them here tomorrow. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
And you need to tell me who you want in the morning, not by the order, and who you want for the afternoon. Otherwise, I'm gonna make the order that I just made.
No, how you gonna make the order for me?
Under 90611, sir.
No, I can't. I can call. I have the right to call them in the order that the state didn't have to
Please.
have an order. And
Wow.
I'm guessing
No, but the
Correct me
state's
if I'm wrong, but
helping you out in terms of the order,
they were helping me out with serving
and
the
they're helping
subpoenas.
you.
Not
So,
the order of how I would call the witnesses, but the subpoenas. And I gave the state.
do you want to be responsible for calling each person tonight and telling them what time they need to be here? Or should we let the
See,
state
here we
do
go
that?
with this again. There's something that's impossible to do.
There we go. That's a good pose. Okay, do you see what he's doing? He's saying, okay, it's not fair because the state got to call theirs. Well, you know, nothing's fair about it because you chose to represent yourself and it didn't make you flinch one bit. And so he's trying to say it's impossible to call the people, but then he thinks, you know, how are the people going to know unless somebody calls them? I guess that maybe Mama didn't teach him anything about manners. Well, she must not have, because just look at this. Look at this. How many others like him are roaming around this earth? Blah. So he's going to be difficult, and it's like people are just supposed to go, oh, Erica's going to go, oh, I'm supposed to be here at 3 to see my hideous baby daddy. Or, you know, and so he's like, it's like, I kind of know people like this. Let's put it maybe on a lesser degree. They didn't mow down a bunch of people, and maybe they have a little bit of a conscience. But it's like that. We all know that person. Maybe I am that person sometimes. That there's no solution to anything. Let's say, okay, somebody says, for example, I have a headache. and somebody says, take an aspirin, and maybe they say, I can't take an aspirin, it upsets my stomach, or it thins my blood, or something like that. And somebody says, okay, because, nowadays there's plenty of products to take for headaches. So somebody says, okay, take a Tylenol. Oh, well, no, I have an allergic reaction to that. Okay, how about a cold compress? No. You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter what solution you have, there's no solution to their problem. And that's how he's being about it. He's going to make it difficult. So maybe he is stupid, but maybe he's not stupid because he's going to make it so difficult. But he's his own enemy. He's the only one who's doing all this. Oh my God, guys. So sorry I'm going off like this, but I think I needed this. Okay, here we go.
That's not true. You have
How's it
access
not
to
true?
a phone.
So somebody's gonna answer a collect call from someone they don't even know. Nobody in this courtroom will answer a collect call and pay for a phone call from
That's
somebody
not my
that you do
understanding
not know.
of how it works at the jail, that you can,
Yes.
there's other means to make phone calls.
There is no other way to utilize the phone.
Oh yeah, you mean kind of like how when you were on the COVID protocol, you said that they did not have the rapid test, which you lied about, and you said there was no other test but that test, and then of course we learned that of course he could have had the rapid test, but then again this is the other thing, like the aspirin and the idiot person who won't take the aspirin, and him, well no, he's scared, so he says, because he had folks pass away from it, but from COVID, but yet he lies about the rapid test, and then when they offer to give him the rapid test, he refuses that. So you see, there is nothing. That's why, his tactics did work to a point about the delay, the distraction, and driving us all crazy, and forcing me to come on YouTube with my limited technical abilities and have to talk about them because I don't want to talk to a therapist. I'd rather talk to you all. So he's just, oh my gosh, it's just incredible.
Well, maybe I'm wrong on that, but be that as it may, the state is helping you out. This is to make tomorrow go as smoothly as possible, to be effective, to be efficient, and to use all of our time wisely.
Your Honor, with all respect, I did what was asked of me to do. I provided them with the list of the witnesses that I would call. And I stated before that I would not put them in order, and the state accepted the list that I gave them. So why, at this point, is
Who are the witnesses who are here?
Okay, wait a minute. They accepted the list, but how were they going to know what to call? Well, if they accepted it, they can just call the ones that he wrote down in the order he wrote them, correct? Right? So, gosh almighty. Amazing.
Here today.
Kohler, Douglas Kohler, Detective Guth, Erica Patterson, Christopher Bertram, and Jason Hayes were here today, in addition to Miss Reimer. Miss Reimer's now done. Nicholas Kirby was also here today. He's done. If we are going to continue to assist Mr. Brooks in getting these witnesses here, we need to have a reasonable time schedule. These witnesses don't just show up by the tooth fairy. We have to communicate
Look at their faces. Wait, let me see if I can get them all smiling.
with them.
Look at that. Go Opper. I know one of y'all told me that somebody coined her Opper the Chopper. Is that right? I hope I don't have it backwards, but I remember one of y'all saying that. Go Opper the Chopper. You have to be Opper the Chopper. Chop him into tiny bits. I mean, she is right. And maybe she doesn't have to put as much fluff in it as the judge. But I wonder how Opper would be if she were the judge. If she would act the same as she did now. I'm thinking she might. But she's absolutely right. I mean, they're helping him, and he doesn't get it because he's so paranoid. But as I've stated, and most of us know, that why would they do anything that's going to mess up their licenses? Just because he's never held a job or doesn't understand what it's like to be, loyal in a job and have good work ethics doesn't mean that they're not going to be. But she's absolutely right. I love it, and he's going to be all hurt. But she is right. I mean, I love it. Okay, now watch. She's going to get all but hurt.
They have jobs, they have families. I've explained this 3 times to Mr. Brooks. If he wants our assistance.
Objection, she can chill with all that. She can chill with all that.
No.
Hold on.
You need-
I know.
You know that if that's what it
Hey,
is.
I know it's been a
Definitely
long
get on
day.
that.
Let's keep this civil.
That's what I'm trying to do, but
So
she gonna have to tone it down.
I think both of the parties are getting a little
For real.
frustrated. I'm getting frustrated. So, Kohler, Guth, Hayes,
Oh, shut up.
Patterson. I missed a 5th.
Bertram,
Guth is a police officer, right?
yes.
I know who Eric Patterson is. How about Kohler, Hayes, and Bertram? Are those citizens?
They're citizens that relate to the parade, I believe, and post-parade. Not the DV.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so angry. She gets under, look at how his brows are. I love it when she gets under his skin. And the way, I've seen him act towards her and talk about her, I've almost been afraid for her. But like he'd have his friends come after her. But let's face it, I don't think the man has any friends, because have you seen anybody, he had nobody. That tells you right there, nobody, no friends to come and testify for him. So that shows you something right there. But he's just incredible how a human can be that disgusting and vile and ungrateful and insensitive. But I'm glad we have Opper, the chopper, here to chop him down. He can get all mad and sad in the same pants. Unless Bubba objects. Okay, here we go. Oh.
It seems to me that even with one of the witnesses taking more than 35 minutes, that doesn't fill up the whole day. So we need to have some other people on that list for the afternoon.
So I will just continue to work in the order of the list that was provided, Your Honor. I think that's the only reasonable thing we can do at this point. Or we can do it alphabetical, or we can do it by random lot, because I don't know really what else to do.
By the list that was given.
Wow.
What was the order of the list that you were given?
The first 3 were Kirby, Kohler, and Guth. The next line has 3 names: Patterson, Bertram, Hayes. The third line has 3 names: Reimer, Aldrich, and Lescano. The last list has 2 names, and then also reads the state of Wisconsin.
First 3 people on the list you need to advise to be here tomorrow at 8:30.
Okay?
The next 2 people tomorrow at 10:30. The next 2 people after that tomorrow at 1:30. The next 2 people from there at 3:30. And then do I have anyone left over from there?
No.
One more?
No.
If I have to go late tomorrow, then I would say the last person can be at 4.
Maybe it's
4:30
2:30.
if need be.
Yeah, I agree. We would very much like to get through the defense witnesses tomorrow, Your Honor.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Well,
Yes.
that's the order that I'm making in terms of the times people need to show up. That gives you a range of people to select from.
I'm gonna have to see that what you're referring to then, because
Well, I trust you wrote it down because that's what I did.
I
So
did. I
we
did
are
write
in
it down.
recess.
He didn't write anything down? Wow. He just expects everybody to his entitlement is disgusting And so are his fingernails, as somebody pointed out, because I just saw his long lady fingers. And I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but when you had put that in the comment section, cracked me up. So funny. It's just amazing. Wow. All right.
Then for the evening, we'll see everyone tomorrow at 8:30 a.m.
So if they don't get called like that, don't try to blame it on me.
Get called like what? You don't even know how they're supposed to be called. Ridiculous. Okay, I know I went on a lot. I'm so sorry. Either you'll be entertained or annoyed by me, and I try not to talk over him too much, but hey, we'll get through this. And I also want to say, if you all haven't checked out, I started a few videos on, now I'm so into Brooks. What am I calling her? Sarah Suitcase, Sarah Boone. And maybe y'all have seen or heard about that case, but I'm starting to post some about her. Don't worry, I've got plenty more of Darrell if that's your preference, and you continue. I got so much more, but I became interested in the Sarah Boone case because, well, number one, it happened here in the state of Florida, where I reside, and we've had some crazy cases, and you never know how they're gonna turn out. You know, sometimes when you think people with all the evidence shouldn't get off, they do. Florida's just a very weird place. But anyhow, this alleged murder of her boyfriend by zipping him in a suitcase and him allegedly suffocating and dying, happened 3 years ago in February 2020, and she hasn't gone to trial yet. And she is, well, I played the police interrogation, which is actually pretty interesting. The quality is horrible, and so added with my horrible technical skills, it's not great, but it's enough. It's worth it just to hear her. And she reminds me a little bit of Darrell because she's so self-centered and doesn't seem to have a conscience, and as I called her, batshit crazy. But if you haven't had a chance to check it out, give her a chance. Well, it's not like you're gonna love to hate her, okay? Because she's kind of like that. She's amazing just in her interviews, what she has come up with. But I'm going to try to dig up some more on her. But my understanding is, and of course, 2020 was when COVID hit, so that could have, made it delay. But also, rumor has it that she's been through 6 attorneys, which would not surprise me. And I'm sorry, I'm plugging Sarah Boone over here on the Darrell channel show, whatever you want to call it. But some of you all, if you all have the same twisted humor and reaction as I do about Darrell, I think, you'll feel the same about Sarah Suitcase, as I call her, because she's another one that's just a piece of work. And the trial hasn't even started. Right now, there was a hearing the other day, and it was going to be late spring, I think early summer, I think maybe July, but who knows, it's been delayed multiple times. I would love to be able to get in that courtroom. If it was summertime, I would, because I'm out of school. But however, I'm not really qualified for anything, so, but it would be a trip. But nonetheless, we can, I'll still watch it here on YouTube. But anyhow, okay, enough of that. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. I'm going to start, commenting. I kind of like to divide it up. I post some and then I do some commenting, and I really truly appreciate each and every one of you who come, watch, comment. And even if you just come and watch and don't comment, that's perfectly fine too. I appreciate you all. Thank you to those who are hanging in there with me. I try to make it a little entertaining and fun because like I said, this world is tough enough as it is, but there is plenty of happiness to come out of all the darkness, and that is what I am trying to do for you. So I love you all. Be kind to one another, and be kind to you.